Real quick, I'm led to do this video. I just want to say to the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American women, this mainly go out to them because I just got finished looking at a video. It's called a gold digger prank, right? And they had this woman got in this car, right? And look, I want to say first and foremost, all these type of things come from Esau, the biblical name for the so-called white man. Because um, I gotta I gotta finish. I'm gonna read from this book right here, but it probably won't be in this video. But I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do it in another video. I'm gonna separate because I don't want to make them too long. But I looked at the video and right off the rip, and this is how the enemy Esau trained our women to be. You see what I'm saying? Over here in the so-called America. You see what I'm saying? They trained our women is to be like this. And we're not. I mean, there are other people from all other nationalities probably go through this, but no one goes through slavery and the slave. There is no poverty and oppression like slave trade. Let's just get that clear. There is no poverty, no nothing that's like this that happened like it happens in the slave trade, even to this day. First and foremost, our women's are conditioned. They have Esau. They have the spirit of Esau on them. First and foremost, and they have that spirit rapidly on them. They'll tell you, like one of them came up to this car and said that right off the rip, I need me $1,000 of this and that. You don't go and you understand, sisters. The so-called white man and Caucasian man had trained y'all's mind like that. They have. The first thing y'all say straight off the rip, I need me. This is not for free, and that's stupid. First and foremost, you shouldn't even be selling your body any damn way because you're following the lead of your enemy, and your enemy is leading y'all to destruction, and you don't even know it. But I got something for you. Let's go to Leviticus. Leviticus, and this is talking to Israel, you women. Esau ain't gonna read this to you though. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 29. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 29. The Bible says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to wickedness. Fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. That's it. You're wicked. Because, let me tell you something. Let me just keep it real. Esau, the so-called white man, is not going to tell you this because their aim is to deceive our people, right? They're not going to tell you that you're doing some fucked up bullshit. They're not. And again, you Esau, it's because of your nation of people is the reason why our people are in the condition that they're in. Don't think I'm gonna get on my sisters, but I'm also gonna let them know where it come from. It come from your race of people. Yeah, you, Mr. Esau, you so-called Esau, the devil the Bible speaks of, your people. All right. I'm gonna tell you women this here. Let me tell y'all something. When you come in contact with a man, you just can't be coming up to a man and just being concerned. And I got on Esau. I'm letting them know, look, I'm not letting y'all off the hook. Never. I would never let y'all off the hook, Esau. Never. Y'all will not get off the hook because y'all have been oppressing the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people for decades, during biblical days, even now. So you're not getting off the hook. But I'm finishing to talk to our sisters to let them know what's going on. Let me tell y'all, sisters, y'all are trained by the enemy, Esau, the so-called Caucasian people. I'm just gonna keep it up above. The Caucasian people are the wickedest people on the planet. And also, all right, so-called black woman, Hispanic and Native American woman. Let me tell you something. When you walk up to a man, you can't go up to a man and the first thing come off the gate of your your brainwashed mind is that this man got to give you money. That's not right. Y'all got to change y'all priorities. You can't go up to a man, you're black, Hispanic, or Native American man, and just off the gate, right off the gate, as soon as you see him with a nice car, that don't mean shit. And tell him that you got to have money. You can't get this for free. That is so stupid. You know who put that in your mind? Esau. That's right. Your enemy told you that it was okay. Is to sell yourself. Because you will never get a decent man like that. You ain't gonna never get a decent, not a man that's gonna label with you. Who wants to be with a woman? Like, I mean, look, bro. Understand, Esau. I'm not letting you off the hook. I'm not nearby letting you off the hook. You got our people fucked up like this because your ancestors made it possible for y'all is to be in the condition that y'all in. Y'all benefit off of the rape, robbing, murder, and the suffering and the hatred that our women have toward us. Y'all benefit off of that. Matter of fact, yes, I was reading this book earlier. Let me see. If I find something real quick in here, I'm going to read it. Y'all benefit off of that. I just read something in here on that. And this is the reason why the Bible tells you that Jacob needs to be delivered. Right there. Y'all cannot go around here getting with a man, and as soon as right off the gate, what the hell would I look like? I'm trying to get to know somebody as a friend, and I just come off the gate and say, I need me some money, or I need me this here, or I need you. That's stupid. That's weird. You got to change your priorities because Esau, the devil, taught you is to think like that. Esau is Babylon. The Christians do not see that the Jews as Antichrist. They are but rather as Bible followers and God's chosen people. The condition will change with Jacob's deliverance. That's what I just said. So you will again distinguish between the righteous and the wicked, between one who serves God and the one who does not serve him. You can't go and just walk up to the black or Hispanic man. You got to realize that the black man been oppressed by this enemy, this Caucasian man. Our people, we be persecuted and a target on every hand by these same people. So you can't say that you want a man who works from 9 to 5, which you know who put that in your mind? Enemy to Esau. Put that in your mind. So the biblical name for the so-called white man. They put that in your mind to say that. And you know what? I was reading something in another book. It was written by Edomite. And I'm not going to, like I said, you Edomite, you wrote that book, but you against my forefathers. The black man, the Hispanic man, the Native American man, gonna sit up and say in that book that deadbeat dads need to take care of their children. How in the hell you gonna say that in your book, Esau? You devil. How you gonna say that in your book? That a black man need to step up and take care of their kids. When you put a evil empire system in existence and made it possible, and you are the author of dividing the black race, the Hispanic and Native American race, but you turn around and put that quote and publish that in your book. You got some truth in that, but you put some lies in there also too, against my forefathers. Yes, you do. And one day you're gonna have to regurgitate that lie you put out there in that book, because that is not what that. I don't know what the hell you was on. Whoever you Edomite, you wrote that and you put that in that book against the people. First of all, your forefathers put this evil demonic entity in place. Y'all are the ones that is setting our women's up to be rulers over this planet, when God set the so-called black man up is to be ruler, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man are the gods of this planet. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that I'm trying to be careful with what I said to our sisters or whatever. But if you walking up and right off immediately off the gate, first of all, you ain't supposed to be selling your body no way. You ain't supposed. That's stupid. Because, hold on. First Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 17. This goes to you, so-called black woman. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God? In Hispanic and Native American woman too. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defiles the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 7. Second Corinthians chapter 6. The Bible says, wherefore come out from amongst them, and be ye separated, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean things, and I will receive you. So, let's go back to Romans. No, excuse me. First Romans. I think it might be Romans. Romans. That's First Corinthians. My bad. Is it First Corinthians? Let no man. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Let me do this right quick. For ye are bought with the price. Therefore glorify God in your body and your spirit, which are his. First Corinthians 6:20. I know I had went there. First Corinthians 6:20. Look what Paul says. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body, in your spirit, and in your spirit, which are God's. So you're bought with a price. So you're not supposed to take the hold on. Let's look at this here. Should I take the members of Christ and make them the members of a harlot? 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15. Okay, that was a couple of verses up. Yeah. I didn't realize. What know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two, says he, shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man does is without the body. But he that commits fornication sins against his own body. For every sin that a man does without the body, that's going into like you're doing that stuff to yourself, like you're like playing, like they call it, playing with yourself, like, you know what I'm saying. That's what that means. So he's saying, what, know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God? Ye are not your own. He said you're not your own. So Esau, contrary to the population, contrary to the Bible, everything that God stands for, the devil is against it. And Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? America is the devil. That's right. They teach totally contrary against the laws of God. See, so-called black woman, Hispanic, and Native American woman, you're bought with a price. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out here exchanging your body for stuff like that. Trading yourself. You worth more than that. And then on top of that, you're not gonna go around here according to Esau. Esau he got your head twisted up like that. They do. The Caucasian people are the ones that push all this stuff. They do. So, and I just want to let people know that. That's right. And different between me, I'm not afraid to say it. Why would I? When it comes to my people who has been polluted, been brainwashed, and they got what is called Stockholm syndrome and all of that. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna cover that Stockholm stuff. But you're not gonna run around here and you're not gonna get a decent man walking around here as soon as you walk up to him and you gotta turn around. Oh, is that your car? And all that kind of stuff. And you're gonna get a decent man and just walk with somebody and just immediately just ask them is to do these things and come off the front with bills, this and that. You're not gonna get you're gonna. I'm here to tell you that's gonna be a big fuck up right there right off the rip. You ain't gonna get no decent man not like that. You see what I'm saying? Especially because in their mind, if they don't know you, they're not going to just, like, who does that? Just, well, you know what I'm saying? That's just like trying to catch a fish before you clean it. And they'll tell you right off the rip. That's just like, ask somebody when they get ready to go fishing, ask them, do they clean the fish first before they catch it? They're going to tell you that they clean the fish first before they catch it. Y'all got them priorities all wrong. Don't come up to my, oh, that's different from, no, it's not. Everything takes a process. But you know who put that in your head? Your enemy did that. Their enemy told you that it is okay for you to walk around and drain and be the enemy against your own man. That's what your enemy told you. Oh, you can't wait for a so-called black man to look at you so you can just give him the evil, mean look and stuff. You got the spirit of Esau upon you. You got the spirit. That's the spirit of your enemy. You see what I'm saying? You got to realize we got to stand for the Most High, man. Forget man. Forget the devil, Esau. Esau is not that important. We got to come from amongst that type of stuff. So-called black man, Hispanic and Native American man, his so-called Hispanic and black and Native American woman. We got to come away from that. You see what I'm saying? We got to come up out of that, man. Because you ain't gonna never get a decent man coming up with a handout like that. No, you're not. Because if the so-called African American black woman was in her natural state, and the so-called Hispanic and Native American woman was in her natural state, there's no way in the world they would be putting a man or somebody who they want to be with as a mate do something like that. The system, the evil demonic entity system, has made it difficult for the black man, the so-called black man, to take care of his families and take care of our families and stuff. That's why in the past, I'm just going to say, just for context, that's why our fathers wasn't there in our life, because they had the spirit of this enemy on them, Esau. You see what I'm saying? So when we can't sit up here and blame each other and say, oh, it's the so-called black man or black woman's fault. We have to go back and deal with the roots of where this stuff come from. And this is what we fail to understand. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I do have enough just sound judgment and understanding. You don't have to be a real genius to be able to know this here. You see what I'm saying? Is that stop letting your enemy brainwash you with lies and telling you something different. While I'm looking for what I want to look for, there's so much good stuff in here, but I don't want to mess up the reading and that. Every nation that has its memory momentary system dependent on a centralizing Jewish control bank has surrounded its purse unto the hands of the Jews. The people of these nations have lost their liberty and have the yoke of Esau Edom. That's right. Upon them, it will be a miracle of God that this yoke will be removed and the people delivered. This is talking about Jacob. Right, because right up here it says Jacob's deliverance. Obadiah's prophecy of Jacob's state that his deliverance would be upon Mount Zion. Obadiah gives a prophecy, is a prophet, that he was given the destruction of what would happen to Edom, Esau, right? Here was to be the main stronghold that the anti-God force of Red Babylon had upon Jacob. The Red Babylon is talking about Esau, right? Esau, Edom. Jeremiah speaks of that period of time as a time of trouble, and as the time of trouble, of Jacob's trouble, from which he was promised to be saved and delivered. These are the words of prophecy concerning Israel and Judah. Israel is talking about the, you know what I'm saying, and Judah is talking about the so-called blacks. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to make it seem like I'm jumping off topic or nothing like that. But You cannot sit up there when you first meet a man, which Esau put that in your head. And notice I keep going back to Esau because I don't want my people to think that I'm sitting up here blaming my people for all of the problems that they go through. I wouldn't. You won't find me doing that on my video. So I just want to make sure. That's why I keep going back and making it clear. Because look, you won't find me going against my own people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people for no other nationality people, because they doesn't matter to me. My people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people, matters to me, not nobody else. You see what I'm saying? It says, these are the words of prophecy concerning Israel and Judah. For thus said the Lord, I have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. That means that the commandments of God is not being kept. And Esau is responsible for all that, because the purpose of them is to promote wickedness and to keep you in sin. The purpose of them promoting all this shit on the TV is to keep you and I in sin. That's it. Ask now and see whether a man will travail with child. Therefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins. Okay, y'all, I'm not trying to get off topic. I know this video is about a woman wanting a man, you know what I'm saying, for what he has and stuff. All of that is the spirit of Esau. All of that type of stuff. Therefore, do I see you can't just think. You just can't go around here and just take your body and just use something to your advantage. Like, because say, oh, well, you know what, I look pretty good, or I know I'm pretty, I'm going to use this to my advantage. That's not right. You supposed to be getting with a man because you want to. It's more to it than just money. They'll say life is, that's what life is. All I want is money. You can't just be, that's the wrong, you will never get a decent man with just that type of mind. Because you know who put that in your mind? Esau, the devil. That's right. Those people, the nation of people on the planet that rules this planet, put that in your head. You see what I'm saying? That if he ain't trying to come up with no money, that's wicked as hell. Then he can't. This is not free. What in the hell? Who gave you the authorities is to put a price on yourself? You ain't supposed to be doing that. You listening to your enemy tell you that. When you wouldn't even go up to your enemy and talk to the enemy like that. The enemy can come and ravish you and do what he want to do and do it for free, and you're going to sit right up there and forgive him. The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you'll be ready to call these people up on your brother and have him locked up for some charges and putting charges on him and rape. You know who does it? Esau. Put rape charges on your brothers and things of that nature. Who put that spirit up on you? That's Esau put that spirit upon you, because that is the natural instinct spirit of a so-called white woman and a so-called white man, is to call their counterparts and put charges on you and all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's the so-called white woman's natural instinct, because they the enemy. They are the enemy. And you know, a lot of our women have that same exact spirit upon them, or if worse. They do. Let's keep going. Ask now and see whether a man does travail with child. Therefore I do see every man with his hands on his loins, and as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned unto paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it it is even time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off their neck, and I will tear off their bonds, and strangers shall no more make them their slaves. Strangers will no more make them afraid. That's what it really means. But strangers will no more make them slaves. That's talking about the Hebrews. That's talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Here again, we see that a yoke will be up on Jacob. The yoke is bondage and servitude to another race. That means we have been servitude to all these other nations. When Esau broke the yoke of Jacob off his neck, he was to gain dominion and peace and dominion, and placed a yoke upon Jacob. It 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 is this yoke of Esau which God has promised to someday break off of Jacob's neck. Now this is literally what I talked about at the beginning before I started the video. You see what I'm saying? Our women having the spirit of Esau in them, and our men got them too. A lot of our people got it, because when you walking around, the first thing they do, they'll just look at you demonic and evil. And I understand it's a hurtful thing, but Esau has actually caused our people is to have that spirit on them like that. It says, God prophesied of Israel, talking about the black Hispanics, and Native Americans, the black and the brown. And God prophesied of Israel that he will break the bars of their yoke and deliver them from the hand of those who enslaved them. That's Ezekiel chapter 34 and verse 27. Ezekiel 34 and 27. God prophesied of Israel that he would break the bars of their yoke. That's talking about the yokes mean the spirit of Esau, and deliver them from the hand of those who enslaved them. Hold on, let me make sure. You probably can't. Ezekiel 34 and 27. The white people today are truly a slave to the Edomite Jews. Now, you know Esau ain't gonna put all the truth in these books, right? Listen to the lies he say. Listen to the lies of Esau, right? How they turn this in, and they trying to say that they went through the no, they did. No one went through it like the so-called blacks, because the Bible only speaks of the Hispanics, blacks, and Native America. Because you have to look at it like this here. The Egyptians enslaved the Israelites. It wasn't the other way around. You ain't gonna see nowhere in the Bible where Israel enslaved the Edomites. Israel enslaved the Egyptians, or the Palestinians, or the Hamites. No, you're gonna see it all the way around. The white people today are truly a slave to the Edomites. Nah. Jews who command and control the various areas of government faces everyday living, which are essential to their liberation. Let us consider the words of America, patriotic Patrick Henry. Okay, American patriotic Patrick Henry. Okay, that's page 123. Let's see here. Tell me, when did liberty ever exist with the sword and the pursuit were given up from the people, unless in a miracle shall interpose on nations ever did not ever can retain its liberty afar. The loss of the sword and the pursue, and unfortunately nothing will preserve it publicly liberty but downright force. And whenever you give up the forces, you are infinitely reunited. You are infinitely okay. You are okay. I guess that's what that means. Hopefully, who has control of the sword and the pursue in Zion, America, or any other white nation? Every nation that has become a willing partner of the Jewish control, United States has surrounded its military to its index. Every nation that has its momentary system depending on a centralized Jewish controlled bank has surrounded its purse unto the hands of the Jews. Okay, the people of these nations have lost their liberty and have the yoke of Esau, Edom, upon them. That's what and you know what? A year ago, I did a video called Black People, Our People Has a Caucasian Mindset. And if you want me to, I can put that video. I might look the video up and put it in the comments down below. Watch what it says here. The people of these nations have lost their liberty and have the yoke of Esau, Edom upon them. This is actually in the Bible. It will be by a miracle of God that this yoke will be removed and the people delivered. I read from page 23 and 24 of who is Esau, Edom. That's right. I'm going to read some more when I get off camera, because that's all I'm doing. I normally wouldn't have did these many videos, what I'm doing now, but so-called black woman, Hispanic and Native American man and woman, Esau got y'all brainwashed like that it's okay to be whores. And that's not even of God. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't get down like that. If our forefathers literally would be living today and they would see the condition that we're still in right now, they would be pissed off. They would be telling us, our ancestors that actually stood for what was right back in the day, bro, this spirit that Esau put upon our people to be whores and walking around here and act like they got the, like, oh, well, you can't have this for free. Esau programmed your mind during slavery is to think like that, because think about it. Before slavery, even in the Bible, it tells you that our women was tender and delicate, right? That means they were so tender and delicate. Man, we love our women so to the point to where we carried them. We didn't even let them walk on the ground and that, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have this, what is called, but Esau, like I said, I never talk about nothing except I go back to Esau, because I don't never sit up here and blame my people for what the enemy has done. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I tell our people we can get out of the situation or whatever. It's up to us to get up out of it. But we didn't contribute to a lot of the stuff that we go through. You see what I'm saying? We didn't contribute to none of these problems that we face on this planet. No, we did not contribute to none of this. The enemy is the one that put our people in these conditions. You see what I'm saying? But I don't come on here and sit up here and blame my people for what the evil entity, these enemies, have done. You see what I'm saying? Because they try to oppress us on every hand anyway. I forgot what scripture that I wanted to go to, but you know. But that's what your slave master taught you to do. You know? Yeah, that's what they teach you to do. You know? So, I guess that's pretty much it right now. But okay, wait a minute. This is what I wanted to say. Yeah, when they walk around here like selling their body and stuff, you're not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, they not supposed to be doing that. Okay, wait a minute. This I know where I want to go. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. The Bible says, so that the man that is tender amongst you, man, we was very delicate. We was tender and delicate at one time, meaning that we loved each other. We was in our natural state, you know. But now it says, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom. You got the black man. Now Esau has got us not hating each other. That's why when you go in the store, you see our women, they looking at us like they looking at you to see if you're going to look at them, hoping that you do, so they can give you a mad, demonic, evil look to let you know that they hate you, and I'm not checking for you. I'm checking for my enemy. You see what I'm saying? But that's what your enemy put in your mind. Let's go to verse 56. The tender and delicate woman amongst you, which will not avenge to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness. There used to be a time where the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man took so much pride in the woman, they didn't even let them walk on the ground. They carried them. Nowadays, they not tender and delicate toward us no more. They have what is called this attitude. You know where that attitude come from? Esau, the enemy. Yep. Because they have, when our people got in this state that I'm reading about, this is where the enemy doing slavery. He broke our people. You see what I'm saying? This is where we all need to read that Willie Lynch letter. We all really need to be reading that. You see what I'm saying? And it will tell you every piece of how we got into the situation that we're in. Because look, the tender and delicate woman, when she was in her natural state, they treated us better. They was very genuine toward their men. Now, you approach one of them on the streets now, and these are the curses that the Bible talks about in Deuteronomy. That's right. I'm literally right here in Deuteronomy. Some of them got a masculine spirit on them and be ready to fight you, fist fight you. A lot of that is upon them. They got a masculine spirit upon them. They'll jump on you. Yeah. They don't. It's no longer that soft, tender, and delicate woman. Those things are that's Bible prophecy. You walk up to them not talking about, oh, you looking for, oh, I'm looking for a wife. They're gonna like, what? You'll get mine to get you'll get sliced up. Nigga, you better get the hell up out of here. Talking about a wife. She go tell her other friend girls, girl, he came up to me telling me I told that nigga to get the fuck out my damn face. Because that's the way that Esau trained our people to be. They train you that way because guess what? Before slavery, you wasn't talking like that. Once they put our people on them slave ships and brought our people to America, then it changed. A lot of that changed. It used to be a time, think about it. If a lion is in his natural state, can you go and get that lion? No. Even the people that has a lion at the zoo, when they want to take that lion and go get shots or whatever, they have to literally take probably some kind of gun, a machine gun, and shoot them and knock them out. Just to knock them out for maybe a couple of minutes, 30 minutes to 2 hours or something like that, because they can't walk up there and mess with that lion in his natural state because he would tear their ass up. You see what I'm saying? See, and Esau, they know that if the so-called black woman was in her natural state, they would run to they would be the damn near standing up and being warriors for the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. They know that our men would do this by women. But that's why you think that they set it up, the government set it up. Okay, do you have a man in the house? If you got a man in the house, you can't get these wicks, you don't qualify, blah, blah, because the whole gang, that's why they created the prison system. You see what I'm saying? That's why they created the prison system. Let me get y'all, matter of fact, let me get y'all a scripture on that. Isaiah 66, 61. Isaiah 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the meek, not everybody. He has sent me to build up the brokenhearted. Who brokenhearted? Who live in poor, separate communities? Who live in a community that is poor, divided, and fighting violence and crime? What community is that? It doesn't sound like the Caucasian community, does it? No. He has sent me to build up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Think about that. He said to proclaim liberty to the captives. What's a race of men that they lock up in jail and have a higher rate upon being incarcerated and stuff like that? Well, that goes to Deuteronomy chapter 28. To bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty. Liberty means freedom, to proclaim freedom. Say, once we come back and start keeping these laws, that's what's going to get us up out of here. We're going to come back on top. We're going to come back to our natural state. When we make those efforts, is to come back to the Most High. The Most High will, we can come up out of that. You see what I'm saying? To proclaim liberty to the captives. That's slavery. Liberty to those of us, we still here in America, and we still in slavery right now to this very day. If you don't believe that you're still in slavery, all you got to do is not have your driver's license and your insurance on your car and go out there and drive it. You're going to find out real quick whether they're going to use John 3:16 to save your ass, save our asses. Because guess what? That ain't going to work. when it comes to them coming up to our people. But they want to turn around and justify when they talk about everybody being saved, then they want to throw their wicked ass in there. Now, when the Bible said proclaim liberty to the captives, everybody in this world is not captives. That's why it says to proclaim liberty to the captives. That doesn't sound like it's everybody included in that. It didn't say proclaim liberty to everybody, because you would have to have somebody to capture somebody and put them into something. If you say everybody, captured everybody and put everybody in it wouldn't make no sense. If everybody controlling in the world, if everybody is a computer engineer, nobody cooking, nobody cleaning, nobody doing other stuff, if everybody is literally a computer engineer, we have a fucked up society. So I'm just trying to show you, when it talks about captives, it's only talking about a specific group of people. It's not. This is not talking about everybody. Is not hidden. And listen to this here. To proclaim liberty to the captives, and the open of the prison to them. It didn't say to everybody. Them. It didn't say these people over here. To proclaim liberty to the captives, and open up the prison to them. It didn't say and open up the prison to everybody. It didn't say everybody. It just said open up the prison to them that are bound. To them that are bound. Them that are bound. He's saying, no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those that are bound. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, the day of the vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. Now, when they talk about all that mourn, you go to Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. Let's go there, matter of fact. To comfort all that mourn. Let's see who is mourning. All that stuff, prostitution, everything. We are the ones that saying, damn, man, we struggling and stuff. To comfort all that mourn. All that mourn. Remember that. Isaiah says, verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. All. Now let's see if it's talking about everybody. The word all and everybody, it doesn't mean all. Doesn't mean all. Now let's see who this all, according to the Bible, talking about. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan. Moses said, these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. And you read right here in Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. So it's talking about Israel. It says, and these be the Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. And these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. So when they say all that mourn, the context of all, who's the all? That's Israel. Leviticus 25:9. Twenty, 21, 22, 23, 25:9. First of all, it said, and the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come unto the land which I give unto you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field. Okay, that's talking about going into keeping the holy days of God, right? So we not let's skip and go to verse 9. We'll come back to that. And then shall thou cause the trumpet of Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. Now, you know what that trumpet symbolizes? The trumpet symbolizes the voice. All you got to do is go to Isaiah 58:1, where it says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. So that's what I'm doing. So anytime you hear about the word trumpet, whatever, that's talking about Israel. That's talking about teaching these laws and these statutes and these commandments. You see what I'm saying? So the word all, meaning all Israel, according to Deuteronomy 1:1. All Israel is not talking about, it says all Israel. It didn't say to the whole world. It didn't say everybody, because everybody doesn't need to be saved. Luke chapter 1 verses 6 to 8, it says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel. Then you go and you read in Psalms 148 verse 19. He says, show us his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, the other nations have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. That's what he said. Then he said in Psalms chapter, I think that's 49, I think, or Psalm 50. Let the saints be joyful in glory, to bind their kings with chains. Stuff like that. Then you go and you read in Revelation chapter 2 and 25. So people saying that everybody's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. What they going to be doing? Some people going to be doing something while the other people going to be doing the other thing. One people going to be ruling in the world, and the other one's going to be servants in the kingdom. You know, it's two different nations. They're going to be doing, one going to be doing totally the opposite of what the other one is doing in the heaven. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 27. It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter's shall they be broken to shivers, as I receive of my Father. That's right. Verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast until I come. Verse 26. And he that overcometh shall keep my words unto the end, and to him I will give power over the nations. The Most High said he would give power over the nation. Who is he talking about? Israel. You see what I'm saying? Israel having the power. Like if you look at today in this modern day world, who is in power? Who is ruling? Esau is ruling. You know? And well, I'm close to 59. I might well just let it go up an hour. You know, I didn't think I was gonna spend this much time on it, but while let me see if I can find something else to. Okay, United States, the United States into war. Okay, wait. I just want to make sure I start get a good start off. Oh, okay. United States unto the war to help build out British through the instance of the intimate advisor Zolas agent Colonial Edward M. Horace Woodrow Wilson brought the U.S. unto the war in April the 1917. The British forces took possession of Palestine from the Turkeys in 1917 through the war persistent of the Zionists was pressuring the British to firmly issue a declaration that states Great British favor the establishment in Palestinian of a national home for the Jewish people on July the 28, 1999. You see what I'm saying? The Lord Leon Water Rothschild submit a drift of declaration to the Balfour expression, to him that what the Zolas wanted. Later, Balfour addresses the British war, combating on the matter, and all that meeting the declaration was adopted 2 days later on November the 2nd, 1917. Lord Balfour wrote a letter to Leon excuse me, of the Rothschild, enclosed a copy of the declaration, requested him to communicate it to the Zolas Frederick. I don't know what that is, y'all. I believe I'm close. I think I'm close. Frederated. This became known as the Balfour Declaration. Yes. So, I mean, that was something real heavy that I read there. I have to put it with something right here. It says the Jewish altar, the code, okay, the state that the right, okay, I'm gonna come back. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to come back and go over that part, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like some of these words here would be kind of hard, but let's see here. The ancient high place, the ancient high priest, the ancient high place. The land Israel was to be gathered unto it is described as a wilderness or an underdeveloped undeveloping land, but with the arrival of it shall blossom abundantly, as God gave it vineyards of abundance. Isaiah chapter 35 verses 1 and 2. Hosea chapter 2 and verse 14 to 15. Palestine was never a wilderness, and it never blossomed abundantly. God was to make Zion's wilderness like Eden. Isaiah chapter 51 verse 3. This is exactly what happened in America, which had attended great material blessings and the highest living standards. Zion was to be a land from sea to sea. Zechariah 9 and 10. Psalms chapter 72 8. America is broadened by two great seasons or occasions. Palestine is not. In the land where God shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah. Yeah, all of that is going into Judah. I'm going to stop right there. But you're not made, you wasn't made to be a prostitute. The so-called black woman, Hispanic and Native American woman. Y'all wasn't made for that. You see what I'm saying? So y'all need to come out of that. Come get that, do what you can is to get that spirit off of you. You know? Because that wasn't made for you. You got the spirit of your enemy hanging over you. You see what I'm saying? Allow, and I'm not telling y'all nothing that I'm not doing, people. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Hopefully this video don't sound too crazy. So I'm gonna see y'all later here. Hopefully you can get something out of it. I've done my best in trying to read it because I was trying to get some stuff out here. And I'm gonna see y'all later.